Okay, so we start with the very beginning, and Siman 1. So Siman means a chapter, right? Chapter, and the subject of this Siman, the law of early morning. So the Jews' life start in early morning, right? Even though the day starts in the evening, right? So according to in some halachas that we're going to learn, the day is going to start in the evening, but in some sense the day starts in the morning. So now we start with the morning when the person wakes up, and it says contains 7 seifim. So seif is like a sub paragraph. Okay. So introduction. In introducing the various religious obligation of the Jew included in this sefer. Okay. Kitzur outlined the fundamentals of avodas Hashem, source of Hashem, that relate to the proper conduct upon awakening in the morning. So one thing that I have to say, so Kitzur, I mean short. Yeah. That's the short version. So these simans, they do not correspond to the big Shulchan Aruch.
Right.
Just so we don't have any confusion. Okay. So Seif number 1. I have set HaShem before me constantly, as a fundamental concept is the fundamental concept of the Torah, and the spiritual level of the righteousness, of the righteous who walk before God. Okay. So let's read the commentary and then we explain. So first, I have set HaShem before me constantly. Commentary number 1. There is the concept of the concept of consistent awareness of the divine presence, which is expressed by this verse. Will guide the man so that all his actions are consistent with obligation as a Jew. So what it means, I tell you that many years ago, I remember it was somebody's birthday, and they asked me to videotape, right? So it was a camcorder with all of this, I don't know, many years ago. Okay, so and it was somebody's birthday or whatever, and I was videotaping people, and as soon as camera was on them, the people changed their behavior.
Everything changes. Yeah.
Everything changes. Why? Because who am I, right? I was, I don't know, and who is going to see this recording? Maybe this birthday guy, maybe nobody ever. Maybe I'm going to lose this tape. I don't know. But people change, like the tone of the voice, their movement, and now he's very nice to his wife suddenly because he knows that the camera is pointing to his directions. So basically, that's a concept that we all have to take into our mind, that Hashem watches us constantly.
Yes, that's the scary part for me, like almost all the time, is that like I'm being watched every second, right? So how do I look at it, right? Like not only is he watching me, but he's watching what I'm watching.
Yes.
So everywhere I walk, so it's like I know that my eyes are basically like a camera for Shamayim. Like when I reach 120, like everything I've seen is being recorded through my eyes, right?
Yes.
The hardest part for me is I know when I'm by myself, like I always feel like I always am aware that Hashem is with me.
Mm-hmm.
The part when I lose him is sometimes when I interact with people, and like at work, for instance, and I'm talking and I forget that he's there in that one moment,
Mm-hmm.
So like what, and then I think after the conversation ended, like, oh my God, like what did I say? Did I do anything wrong? In the morning, it takes me a while, like a few seconds to like actually understand that, okay, hold on, Hashem is watching me right now. I have to get up. I can't keep laying down,
Yes.
So, but sometimes I have those moments of where it's easy to forget that he's there, like it's just, I don't know, like, because you go about your day and you just, that's what scares me, is that I forget that he's there in those little moments. Like that's what frightens me, is that I forget that he's there. And I don't want to forget that he's there, because it keeps me straight.
Exactly. That's but the good part about so being scared, as Rabbi Reuven many times said, Rabbi Mizrahi said, that's a good part. That's a good when you're scared. It's good. It's good to be scared. Yeah. And but another good part about HaShem watching, so you know that nothing is going to happen to you. That he's there, he's watching. Part. That's right. Yes. So it's like so the way I always imagine, it's like a baby. They start walking, right, and the father or mother is behind. Right. So this little guy, I don't know, 1.5 years old, or 1 year old, he's trying to walk, and he thinks that he actually walks, but he does not know that there are hands right behind him, like few inches from his hand. So if he would fall, he would fall into his father's arm. So that's the best part about being watched. So it's not like we neglected and HaShem left us. No, especially the Jewish people whom he called his portion. So his portion, meaning that he's responsible for us, especially for us.
And that's what's comforting. It's like now I'm doing what he wants, and like now I feel like extra protected.
Exactly. So it's like lechavdil, like separation, like a father. So if his kid, like a father with his son outside, and the son is on a bike and he acts a little crazy. So the father would watch him and would maybe rebuke him. But if the neighbor's son doing the same, the father does not care. So the reason he rebukes his son and maybe even yell at him and maybe even slap him a little, right, on the butt, because he cares.
Right.
So same with Jews. So when we get some things, and everybody goes through different things, so it's a good thing. It's a good. Right. Oh, yeah. So let's continue. So second commentary was the greater is awareness is within the Jew, the greater the level of the righteousness will he attain. So basically, it's a great commentary. So it says the more you are aware that HaShem is watching, so the better you're going to behave, right? As this my example with the camera, the best. I'll never forget this thing. Okay, for the manner in which a person sits, his movements and his activities are not the same when he is alone at home, as his manner of sitting, his movements and his activities when he is in the presence of the great king. Right?
So every action he does, basically, even when he's alone and he's aware that the king is watching,
yes,
everything is different.
Yes.
Like the way he sits, the way he eats, the way he even lays down.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so
so
different.
even so the best example they give, even if you were to turn off all of the lights, even if you shut all of the windows and you like it's completely dark, so it's like a person might say nobody see me, but a Jew has to remember HaShem sees you even there. He does not need any light to see you, and all of these locks and all of the doors nothing to him. Similarly, his speech and expression are not, when in a company of his household and the family members, comparable to speech when he is in the presence of the king. So now when the boss comes, so people behave differently, right? When and now and when the president of your company comes, and he comes from this I don't know, central office and stuff like that, and he comes only once in 7 years, 5 years, so everybody is prepared. They even painted the walls and stuff like that, and people would talk differently, absolutely different, right? So that's what we have to always try to remember that we're in the presence of the king. Because then, when in the presence of the king, he certainly examines all his movements and speech. So they should be properly refined. Right? So nobody wants to look stupid or sound stupid in front of the king. Right? In front of the wife and kids, it's maybe different. Okay, but we need to know, even it's only a kid, and maybe he does not understand, and this and that. You have to know that king is also present here. Certainly, when a person will take to heart that the great King, the Holy One, blessed is He, whose glory fills the world, right, is standing over him and observing his actions, as stated in Yirmiyahu 23, verse 24. If a person was to hide in concealment, would he not see? Says HaShem. I mean, where there is no place to hide, right? Indeed, I feel the entire heaven and the earth. So HaShem is talking. Certainly, upon realizing this, one would immediately be overtaken by fear, as you said, and submissiveness to the awe of HaShem. Blessed be His name. Blessed is His name. And he will be humbled and bashful before Him. So bashfulness is one of the attributes of the Jew. So a person should be bashful, like shameful, right? So
like Adam and Eve were when they realized they were naked.
Yes. So that's when person is bashful, when he's shameful, it's a sign of wisdom. I'm just commenting on what you said. So when they ate from the tree of knowledge, so then only then they realized that they're naked.
Right.
Do you understand? So before that, they were fine. Like you have a squirrel walking on the street. The squirrel is there is no problem with the squirrel, right? I mean, it's naked, has no problem, right?
Right. It doesn't understand it.
Yes. So only the knowledge. So the more person is refined, the more he's knowledgeable. The more he's aware of presence of HaShem, he would dress differently. Right. So let's see the commentary number 5. He will not be so brazen as to violate his responsibilities as a Jew. So basically, what it says, when nobody sees him, or he thinks that nobody sees him, he maybe go to places that he's not supposed to go. But when he's around other Jews, for example, he would not do that. And so, but if he knows that HaShem is always there and His presence heals the world, he would for sure behave differently. By constant reflection of the omnipresence of HaShem, a person will maintain fidelity to a Jewish lifestyle. That constantly somebody is watching, like the camera is on you. Even you go to a place and there is a security camera, so you have no idea, is it on, is it not on, right? So I remember one time I get catalog, and I was looking through the catalog, whatever, many years ago, and it says dummy camera, $9. So it looks like exactly the good camera, right? So with the wire, but that's it. It's not working. But for the thieves, it's they would stop. They see the camera. They do not know, is it working, not working. You understand? So of course, if this camera, this stupid camera can stop a person, for sure, this knowledge of existence of HaShem should stop us from doing something
100%,
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. This entire paragraph is quoted from Rama 1.1, Simishna Brura 1.4, and Biur Halachah for practical application of this precepts. So Rama, who is Rama? So approximately 500 years ago, Yosef Kara, Rav Yosef Kara, in Tzvas. So he wrote Shulchan Aruch. So he compiled Shulchan Aruch. Okay, and he asked. So he was a Sephardi. So he asked a great rabbi. I think his name was Moshe Isserlich, right? And they call him Rama, right? So I think if I'm not mistaken, he's from Poland or Czechoslovakia. I mean, from he lived there, right? And so he wrote commentary according to Ashkenazic tradition. Sometimes it's different, but sometimes it's not different. Right? Mostly it's not different, just some little details. So that's the Rama. And Mishnah Brura, who is Mishnah Brura, it's Chafetz Chaim, the first book. So Chafetz Chaim, he passed away in I think in 1932. All right, so he lived a long life. Okay, so he comments. So he gives explanations on a Shulchan Aruch and Rama, because they were like concise, and he gives like a broader explanation, these examples, stuff like that.